Have you ever heard of a mantra so powerful that those who discovered it refused to speak of it publicly? A few words, hidden in plain sight, repeated by one man who became a global symbol of wealth, confidence, and transformation. That man was Bob Proctor. And this is the mantra he called his most secret one. Bob Proctor, the man whose teachings shaped millions of lives, rarely spoke about this particular practice. He hinted at it in interviews, mentioned it in private seminars, and shared fragments with a few close students. But he never revealed the full truth to the world. Why? Because he believed that when you keep certain words sacred, silent, their power multiplies. Today, you'll discover what this secret mantra is, how to use it, and why its quiet power can shift your entire reality. You'll learn why Bob said, "Energy flows where attention goes," and how this mantra channels that flow directly toward abundance, peace, and success. Most people chase new methods, but they miss the one technique that Proctor said tunes your mind to the frequency of what you desire. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to align your thoughts with that frequency, and why the key is not to share it with anyone. This isn't a typical affirmation. It's not something you just say, it's something you feel. It's a vibration that connects your conscious and subconscious mind until your outer world begins to reflect your inner beliefs. And once you start using it correctly, strange things begin to happen. Opportunities appear, people respond differently, and what once seemed impossible starts to unfold naturally. But here's the twist, the mantra works only when kept private. The moment you talk about it, explain it, or try to convince others, its energy begins to fade. This is the same reason ancient teachers, mystics, and even spiritual masters guarded their most sacred words, not because they were selfish, but because true power thrives in silence. So if you're ready to unlock a method few people ever truly understand, stay with me till the end. Because once you learn this, you'll never look at manifestation the same way again. You'll see why Bob Proctor believed that success is not about working harder, it's about thinking differently, tuning your mind into the right vibration, and letting that vibration do the work. You'll also discover the step-by-step process to repeat this mantra safely and effectively, how often, when to say it, and how to combine it with feeling so your subconscious accepts it as truth. By the end of this video, you'll hold something rare, a tool that can reshape your mental programming and open doors that logic alone could never unlock. So don't skip a second. Every detail you'll hear matters. Welcome to Bright Mind Within, where we explore the hidden truths behind the world's most powerful teachings. If you're ready to uncover wisdom that's been quietly transforming lives for decades, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community of conscious creators. Bob Proctor was more than just a motivational speaker, he was a man who turned self-belief into a science. Born into an ordinary life, he once struggled with debt, confusion, and direction. Then something changed. After studying Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, his mindset completely transformed. He went from earning a few $1,000s a year to building a multi-million-dollar empire. But what truly set him apart was not money, it was understanding how the mind shapes reality. Proctor dedicated his life to teaching one central truth: your thoughts create your world. He taught that every person is constantly sending out vibrations, signals of energy, that attract people, events, and opportunities that match those vibrations. This idea became the foundation of what the world now calls the law of attraction. While many speak of it as wishful thinking, Bob presented it as a mental law, as precise as gravity. He believed that once you control your thoughts and feelings, you can control what happens around you. Over decades, his lessons focused on shifting self-image, rewriting limiting beliefs, and aligning the subconscious mind with success. But among all his talks, one mystery remained: his personal practice, his secret mantra. He hinted that he repeated certain words each day, words that carried deep spiritual energy and intention. This was not a random affirmation. It was a phrase designed to reprogram the mind at its deepest level. He often said, if you want to change your life, change what's going on inside you. The mantra was his way of doing exactly that, sending a message straight to his subconscious, reinforcing the vibration of abundance. Few people ever heard it, but those who did claimed it held extraordinary power. Repetition is the language of the subconscious mind. It doesn't respond to logic or reason, it responds to what it hears and feels over and over again. Every time you repeat a word, a phrase, or a belief, you carve a new path inside your brain. Slowly, those paths become stronger, until the mind accepts them as truth. That's why repeating the right mantra or affirmation can completely shift how you think, feel, and act. It's not magic, it's mental reprogramming. Bob Proctor often said that the subconscious mind is like rich soil. Whatever you plant through repetition will grow, whether it's fear or faith. If you keep saying, "I'm not good enough," that's what your mind will nurture. But if you say, "I'm aligned with abundance," over and over with feeling, your subconscious begins to believe it. And once it believes, your outer world starts to rearrange itself to match that inner belief. This is how true transformation begins, not through force, but through consistent inner conditioning. Affirmations and mantras act like emotional anchors. When spoken with emotion, they bypass the conscious mind's resistance and sink deep into the subconscious. Over time, they shift your energy and vibration, allowing you to attract experiences that align with your new inner frequency. It's the same process used by athletes, performers, and spiritual teachers, repetition with belief. But Bob Proctor believed there's another layer to this: secrecy amplifies energy. When you keep a mantra private, you prevent outside opinions and doubts from interfering with its power. You hold the vibration pure and focused. Every time you repeat it silently, it becomes stronger, more personal, and deeply connected to your energy field. Silence, in this case, becomes protection, and protection becomes power. The mantra Bob Proctor used was simple, yet filled with extraordinary depth. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities, through multiple sources, on a continuous basis. At first glance, it may sound like just a positive statement, but every word in this phrase was chosen with intention. It begins with "I am," two of the most powerful words in existence. Whatever follows "I am" shapes your identity and programs your subconscious to match that identity. Bob used "I am" to declare his state of being, not his wish, but his truth. Then comes "so happy and grateful." These words hold emotional energy. Happiness and gratitude are high vibration states that attract similar energy back to you. By feeling genuine appreciation as you say the mantra, you tell your subconscious that abundance is already present, not something far away. Gratitude bridges the gap between desire and reality. The phrase "now that money comes to me" shifts the statement from future to present tense. It removes waiting. It signals the mind to see wealth as something already flowing. In increasing quantities reinforces growth, not just a one-time gain, but a pattern of expansion. Through multiple sources opens your awareness to unexpected paths, new clients, ideas, opportunities. And finally, on a continuous basis locks in consistency, teaching your subconscious that prosperity is not random but constant. Bob Proctor used this mantra every single day. He said it aloud in the morning to set his vibration for the day, and again at night before sleep, when the subconscious is most open. He didn't just repeat it mechanically, he felt it. His voice carried certainty, as if it were already real. That emotional connection made all the difference, turning words into a living frequency of abundance. The best times to repeat this mantra are when the mind is quiet and open, right after waking up and just before going to sleep. These moments are powerful because your subconscious is most receptive. In the morning, your thoughts are still fresh and unshaped by the day. Repeating the mantra then helps you set the tone for everything that follows. At night, your conscious mind slows down, and what you say sinks directly into your subconscious. That's why Bob Proctor made it a ritual, once in the morning to command his day, and once before bed to seal his belief. During the day, you can also whisper it softly or think it silently when you feel stress, doubt, or distraction. It acts like a mental reset button, bringing your focus back to abundance. Some people prefer repeating it 3 times a day, others more often, but what matters most is consistency. Doing it with intention for 21 days can begin to shift mental patterns. Continuing for 90 days can make those patterns permanent. The real secret lies in your mindset. You must speak as if it's already true, with calm confidence, not desperation. Feel the gratitude behind the words. Imagine what it feels like to already live in that reality. Your subconscious cannot tell the difference between real and vividly imagined emotion, so the feeling you hold determines the result. Keep the mantra private. Treat it as something sacred, not to be discussed or explained. When you share it too soon, other people's doubts and energy can weaken your belief. End each session with a small pause of silence, a moment of closure to let the energy settle. Repetition builds the bridge, but silence strengthens it. Over time, this quiet practice becomes your most reliable form of alignment. When you speak something sacred too often or share it with others, you begin to lose a part of its power. This isn't superstition, it's psychology. Every time you talk about your goals, mantras, or spiritual practices, your mind gets a false sense of completion. It feels as if you've already done something about it, so your inner drive weakens. This is one reason Bob Proctor advised his students to keep their mantra private. He knew that silence keeps energy focused and unbroken. Think of it like holding a candle in the wind. The more you expose it, the easier it is for the flame to flicker out. When you guard it, it burns stronger, brighter, and longer. The mantra works in the same way. When repeated in silence, it becomes an intimate dialogue between you and your subconscious. No one else's doubts, opinions, or disbelief can interfere. It's your vibration alone, pure and undisturbed. There's a reason ancient traditions and secret societies protected their sacred words and rituals. In every culture, from monks chanting in temples to shamans whispering prayers, silence is a form of strength. The fewer people who know, the more concentrated the energy remains. It's not about hiding, it's about preserving. When you keep your mantra to yourself, you give it room to grow within you. The words settle deeper, becoming a part of your inner rhythm. Each repetition adds another layer of strength. It's like planting a seed and letting it grow underground, hidden from the noise and judgment of the world. Over time, that hidden growth becomes visible, not through words, but through change. This quiet focus is what makes a mantra powerful, not how loudly it's said, but how deeply it's felt. When you begin to use the mantra regularly, changes may not arrive with fireworks. They start quietly, almost invisibly. You might first notice a shift in your thoughts, old patterns of worry start to lose strength, and new ideas appear more easily. You may catch yourself thinking differently about money, success, or what's possible. These subtle mental shifts are the first signs that the subconscious is responding. It's like tuning a radio, the static fades, and suddenly the right frequency comes in clearer. Then comes a change in awareness. You begin to notice small details that you used to overlook, conversations, numbers, words, or opportunities that somehow seem aligned with your intentions. Some call these coincidences, but Bob Proctor called them synchronicities. These are the universe's way of confirming that your vibration is beginning to match your desire. The right people may appear at the right time. Unexpected ideas or chances may cross your path, almost effortlessly. Your behavior also starts to align naturally. You take small actions that support your goals without even forcing them. Confidence grows quietly, fear loses its hold. These are the practical signs that the mantra is doing its work beneath the surface. But to reach this point, patience is essential. The subconscious doesn't rush, it transforms gradually. Bob often reminded people that faith and persistence are the real catalysts. The mantra is not a magic spell, it's a tool that rewires your inner system. The results come as you continue, even when nothing seems to be happening. That's when most people give up, just before the shift begins. The ones who keep believing, repeating, and feeling with calm faith are the ones who witness the most remarkable changes unfold before them. The mantra Bob Proctor shared was never meant to replace real effort. It isn't a magic spell that makes money fall from the sky. It's a tool that changes how you think, so you can act with more clarity, confidence, and purpose. The law of attraction works hand in hand with the law of action. Once your mind aligns with abundance, you still have to take steps toward it, making decisions, learning, creating, reaching out, and showing up. The mantra prepares your inner world, but your actions shape the outer one. Bob often said, "Faith without movement is fantasy." The words you repeat plant the seed, but your daily work waters it. If you want a new job, you still send applications. If you want a business, you still make calls. The mantra gives you the courage and focus to act boldly instead of hesitating. It helps remove inner resistance so that opportunities flow more naturally toward you. At the same time, it's important not to become obsessed. Repeating the mantra every few minutes or clinging to it with desperation can backfire. Obsession signals fear, fear that it won't work. True power comes from calm certainty. Say it, feel it, believe it, and then release it. Trust the process while living your normal life. The mantra works best when it aligns with honesty and purpose. If your goals serve growth, kindness, and contribution, the results come faster and with less resistance. Integrity creates clean energy, and clean energy attracts the right results. When your thoughts, words, and actions move in the same direction, the world responds. The mantra doesn't replace effort, it refines it, turning ordinary actions into powerful, focused movements toward your desired reality. Try this mantra for the next 9 days, morning and night, with full focus and gratitude. Don't announce it, don't explain it, just practice in silence. Watch quietly as things begin to move around you, small signs, ideas, and unexpected opportunities. You don't need to force anything. Simply observe and allow. Remember the process. Repeat Bob Proctor's mantra, "I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities, through multiple sources, on a continuous basis." Say it with feeling, not hurry. Let each word sink deep into your mind. Keep it private, because the less you share, the more powerful it becomes. Silence protects energy, and your focus keeps it growing. This isn't about chasing results, it's about building alignment. Trust yourself. Trust the change that's already starting within you. Some days you might not see much, but the work is happening under the surface. Every repetition is rewiring your mind for success and abundance. You now hold something powerful, a method that has guided thousands toward a new state of awareness and prosperity. Guard it with respect. Let it become your quiet ritual, your personal dialogue with the universe. If this message resonated with you, give this video a like and share your silent commitment in the comments, not your mantra, just your intention to begin. And if you want more teachings like this, filled with ancient wisdom and modern truth, subscribe to Bright Mind Within. Your journey toward abundance and clarity has already begun, keep walking it with faith, focus, and calm power.